Thank you.
Everyone wants a Texas chair right now. They're really returning Texas chair. Oh, well.
All right, we're gonna get started. All
right, guys. 262 of you in here. All right, good enough, I guess, for now. Tell your friends, though. Your mom, what is she doing? Probably nothing on Mother's Day other than the dishes and cooking food for you. So get her in here.
Going to the pump house.
going to Pound Town in the pump house. Taking
your
her
mom
to the
knows
boneyard.
what we're talking about. I guarantee it. So bring her in here. All right. Happy Mother's Day. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to episode 92, a Happy Mother's Day episode of the KBMOD podcast. We just spent the entire pre-show talking about things that would be unrepeatable in front of most of our mothers. So I think we're off
Day, or even on the podcast proper.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. But yeah, I can't believe we made it to 92. That's a good point out by Bob. Yeah, it is epic. I don't know what happens, like I said, once we hit 100. It's been a while since I've really freaked out, but I think 100 may call for me to lose my shit. Totally. Yeah. So we've got a fantastic lineup. I don't know why all of a sudden I'll just talk like ESPN. Fantastic lineup tonight on the podcast. Hexadecimal up in the top left, going to be repping the beard. A lot of people have been talking about him, want his chair to make an appearance, but he seems to be somewhat upset about that. APLFisher up in the club in the top right. We've got Blackliteattack down at the bottom. People wondering where you got your shirt, Blacklight. Where did you get that?
A friend of mine that works at Google.
Sounds good. Solid. We, of course, have John's fat cock looking very handsome tonight. I must say the lighting is excellent, and I like when he has his beard trimmed down to that length. And, of course, we have Dan in the far left, the runner of All Things Technical on the podcast, and the dude who cranked 2 kids out of his balls so far.
Yeah.
So
and no more.
And no more.
And no more. Snipped.
Actually, Dan was spayed.
Yes,
I was spayed.
Vagina.
Yep.
So let's talk about what we've been playing this week. Let's start, even though this is a horrible idea. Let's start with Hex. Hex.
This week, I have played. Dan got me started with Sword of the Stars: The Pit, which is turn-based Space Isaac, and
yeah, that's pretty much the best description.
Turn-based Space Isaac.
Yeah.
It's pretty excellent. It's a little more in depth. Actually, it's a lot more in depth than Isaac because you have to figure out like how you can attack and from where and how many things on the screen are going to kill you each turn.
I really like how you're branching out from other Isaac games to play other harder turn-based Isaac games.
Actually, here's the thing. Dan and I talked this week because I am a self-admitted Kickstarter addict, and I want to say more than half of the things I've backed on Kickstarter are roguelikes. So when they all come out, we're going to do a series of Kickstarter addict Hex, and I just play that game. And then I scream.
Yeah, because they're all going to make you mad.
So I played that. I also have been playing the Neverwinter open beta, which if you are itching for a free MMO, that one's pretty great.
It's pretty solid, yeah.
We're going to talk about it later in the cast, so we won't talk about that too much. Other than that, that's pretty much it this week. I haven't had a lot of time for games, so just kind of that's it.
Swag.
Wow, that was short and sweet, and what I did not think it was going to be. Well done, Hex. I'm going to go next. I played, well, on Thursday night, I didn't so much play as I shit through the Dreadout demo.
All right, let me. How did you feel about that game, despite being scared out of your?
Despite being scared out of my wits, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely something. See, this is the issue. I only play that stuff for either gags to be really scared, like for fun. But I'm not someone that's gonna play like a really horrible game by myself, like locked in my room. Like it has to be a group experience, and I'm the same way with horror movies. So like, but as an actual as a weird, creepy The Ring vibe, kind of Japanese vibe to it. I guess it's from it's not from Japan though. It's
Indonesia.
Indonesia, but yeah, it was cool. Like it has like the Fatal Frame elements. I wonder how much of an overlap there's going to be though with Zombies' new game. Because it uses the kind of the phone mechanics.
Zombies' new game is also Fatal Frame. They're all just Fatal Frame.
Exactly.
But I actually sat there and I was like, well, this is funny watching APL go nuts, but this game looks legit.
Dude,
that's what I was thinking.
No, it had like the mechanics are pretty cool. The atmosphere is neat. Like that whole when the black cat's like just following you around and you think it's like gonna do something and it really doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
it's just like it was kind of cool. Just like, it had some scary moments and stuff. Like I always let people that are in the chat like, oh my god, not scary at all, not scary at all. It's like, all right, well,
of course it's not. You're not playing it.
Yeah, you play it then. Yeah. You know, so. But yeah, no, definitely, it was really cool. That was fun. Then we played some Survivor. Fuck that game. Fuck the Russians.
Fuck all
Play
of
that,
Russia.
and then-
You heard it here first.
All of Russia, yeah. You can go fuck yourself and play Dota 2. And I also played League of Legends, as is always. Did I play any Counter-Strike this week? I didn't. So
I did.
you did?
Did you?
I played some Counter-Strike. Yeah?
Go or Source or
Go. I played 2 ESEA pugs this week in CS:GO.
how was
Nice.
that?
Fucking that game is so easy. It's just dumb.
CSGO. Yeah. I was watching some CSGO. I don't keep track of the overseas tournaments anymore, but I was watching some competitive CSGO, and it was pretty entertaining. Beyond the gun models. I just, like John said, fuck man, the M4 looks so stupid. I feel like I'm playing Left 4 Dead.
Where's
With
the
the-
silencer?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That is my biggest gripe with the game. Why can't I hide the gun models in CS like I can in every other game?
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
the only game I want to see the view models of the guns,
Yeah.
COD 4. It's the only one.
Mm.
I don't want to see
Yeah.
view models on guns in any other game. I just want a crosshair on my screen. Why can't I do that in Counter-Strike?
Yeah, this makes sense.
Not a lot makes sense about Counter Strike as it evolves. I don't know.
It hasn't evolved.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
talking shit, Dan. I'm sorry. Were you talking shit?
dude, I played Source the other day.
Yeah, I know. I
Just
still
for the
prefer
hell of it.
Source over.
So do I.
I think.
I prefer 1.6 overall, but
My boss
I
at
haven't
work is
played it,
like
so-
1.5 master race. I will only play 1.5. I'm like, wow, you are super hardcore into that game.
Yeah.
One people still play 1.5.
Apparently, you can host custom servers still that play 1.5, and he is like, that's the only way I play Counter Strike. Okay, dude.
Shout out to Jimmy Wisenhunt,
You play video games?
who was in my stream for like 6 hours last night.
Was he really?
Oh, yeah, I was so drunk, dude. It
Yeah,
was
Dan
amazing.
had the stream of his life last night.
It was
Oh
amazing.
man, I missed that. Is the VOD's out there? I'm assuming, or is that?
Oh,
taken
yeah,
down?
I
Dan,
saved it.
Dan partied.
Okay.
Dan partied last night.
I had a
gotta
great
fucking
time.
check that out.
So.
Holy shit. So what else did you play, John? Was that it, or?
I played a bunch of ARAM. League of Legends, don't really care. ARAM, that's a good time. That's a good time. I played like 4 hours of ARAMs last night with Justin. And then the TF2 shit. Season starts soon. We got a roster all locked up. We're ready to go.
Shit.
Good.
Oh, shit.
I have 3 invite players on my team carrying me to victory. It's gonna be good. It's good.
Damn. Wow, that picture of Dan. He looks very drunk. Very nice. All right. I'm gonna
Dan had a good time.
I had a great time.
what about you, Blah?
Pretty much pubbing in TF2, and I actually have been playing some Smite,
Great game.
which I am enjoying. Smite's pretty fun. I've
Can't take
mostly
it
been playing
seriously.
ARAM. What's that?
You cannot take Smite seriously or you're gonna have a really bad time.
Yeah, you're gonna get so
Yeah,
mad, dude.
I think it's a little unrefined compared to like League of Legends. So if you're really trying to get into it, there's a lot of like really big character imbalance. If they want to run like Ares and Hades and like pretty much any character with an AoE ult like Zeus, you're just gonna lose every single team fight. But I've mostly been playing ARAM to just kind of get familiar with the gods and their skills and what they
Yeah.
do, which is really the best way to do it in my opinion. I tried actually buying the $30 all god pack, but
You tried.
I tried.
You
and
attempted to buy it.
I attempted to buy it, and apparently Hi-Res doesn't want my money. Because I
Let's talk to
tried
Bart.
like every payment method I have available and was
Yeah,
not
talk
able
to
to get a
Bart.
payment through.
Talk to
Yeah,
Lord.
seriously, just ask Mark.
I tweeted him, I didn't get anything back.
I'll yell at him.
Get her for free.
Yes, that's correct. That's what I've got.
That's what I've
all
got,
I
too.
saw
My
was, like,
tribes account as well. Every time I log into the games after not playing forever, it's just like, you have new items. And I'm like, fucking cool.
Yeah, I have the tribes like VIP thing that we
Mm.
got before the game was even out. Yeah,
I have the
there.
fully unlocked account. Like, I have everything on tribes, and I'm like, this is great. I don't know what any of this is. Give me the spin fuser.
I have the exact. It's like, oh, spin fuser still exists? Great, I'm in. I keep getting all the gods in Smite too. It's like, oh, is Hades still a choice? All right, I'll take Hades.
There you
Done.
go.
People are saying like, hey, you could probably get it for free, but I have no problem giving them money to support the game. It's not really that much.
Yeah.
And it gets you every god as they continue to come out. So,
Right.
but like I said, I tried 2 separate days. I was like, okay, maybe the servers, the authentication servers were down or something that day. The payment servers, whatever.
This is basically how you play Smite. Whatever the newest god is, just pick it because it's going to be way overpowered.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. Fenrir was fucking ridiculous. I don't know if
He's
they've
still ridiculous. We played an arena match the other night and just a pub that I didn't know with Fenrir was like, yeah, I'm just gonna wreck shit with you as Hades. He went like 16-0. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Is that it? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Blah.
Other than that,
done yet?
I mean, the occasional. I'm still trying to beat every Zelda, which is taking a good long while.
You love your emulators too.
Yeah.
I have been playing quite a bit of emulation.
You did play Super Baseball 2020.
I watched that
like
shit.
0 to 30 something.
I watched that shit.
What's that?
Old
John
school
watched it.
I watched it. The old school baseball games were so bad.
They were.
You couldn't do anything on them.
They
Yeah,
were.
without-
The controls
without
are
two
horrendous on that
sticks.
game.
Like without 2 sticks, man, baseball games.
What I'm starting to think what happened there was I think there's a hard league and an easy league because you can start off with 2 leagues. It doesn't tell you which is which, but I think like I ran a practice round in one league and it was super easy and I was winning and I was like, okay, if this is all it is, I can handle this. And then I went to stream and the team that I was playing just started annihilating my asshole. So I stopped trying and just started feeding them runs and stuff, and it was all silly and ragey, and it was funny. But
Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball on N64, best
God.
baseball game. Or that was Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that was Super Nintendo.
That was Super
What a
Nintendo.
fucking great game.
Super Bases Loaded 3 for the NES.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, if you play Ken Griffey Jr., it's like every single player has the same animations for everything they do, and the only animation that's not the same as everybody else's is Griffey's home run stroke. That's that's the only thing that anybody wanted to see. Because it's the best home run stroke in tennis history.
Oh
Man, let me tell you about Triple Play 99 on the PlayStation 1. I spent
Yep.
so many fucking hours, dude, of my life on Triple Play 99. And then Triple Play 2000. Dude, I was so into it back in the day. That was the only thing me and my dad could, like, my dad would once in a while, like, he never played video games, but he likes baseball, so he'd, like, try to play, and he'd be, like, running around, like, trying to get a single, and he'd send his player all the way to home, and I'd, throw him out at the plate, and be like, what? I don't understand. I'd be like, you're old, Dad. You're old. Just don't play video games.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
I think the only sports game I really played when I was a kid was NHL '96, which was a gift from my cousin for the Sega Genesis, and all I would do was try to start
single
fights.
sports game of all time, NHL '96.
It was a great game. Even
NHL
as somebody
96
who
is
did
amazing.
not care at all about any sport, it was a fantastic.
You can just do the wraparound when they're on the bottom side. You can just do the wraparound, and the goalie would get hooked on to the far post, and it's like
Yep.
if you're ever losing, you just do that and you win.
I didn't know about that. Like I never even tried to win. All I would do is try to start fist fights.
Yep,
This
you
is
could
the best.
make people like bleed out on the ice in that game. And
Yeah, you
shit.
could. You could leave them in a puddle of blood.
Was that the first NHL game with fights?
No,
Awesome.
the first one had them, but they were really, really like NHL hockey had them, but it was like really, really weird. Like it was so old and everything. It's so old now, and everything was so new at the time that nothing really worked correctly in that game. They didn't even have the Players Association license for the first game, so everybody was just numbers. There was no name.
That's what it was. Yeah, I remember that.
There was like nothing
Jeez.
more exciting in sports game when they like decided to have the commentators actually reference players by their names.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
like
it
the
was
best
crazy.
feature in a sports game ever.
I remember.
Didn't Genesis have like Mario Lemieux hockey? And if you played as Lemieux, it was you played as the Penguins. Anytime Lemieux has the puck, you win.
Well, the most notorious glitch like that was the Tecmo Bowl Bo Jackson, where you could literally just run around the field with Bo Jackson, like do laps of the field and not score, just like the whole time because nobody could catch Bo Jackson. Like he was
Touchdown,
literally
Thurman
programmed
Thomas.
to be so good, but nobody could tackle it. Fucking Bo Jackson, dude. He was always illegal, like in tournaments and things, because there were tournaments for it back in the day.
Bo Jackson OP, please nerf.
Yeah.
It was illegal to use. I actually have a Tecmo Bowl shirt. I have no idea where it is.
What a great game.
Yeah, that was a great game.
All right. Well, what about you, Dan? Not to get something too sick, but
I played some Source. I played like 6 hours of COD 4 last night.
nice.
Very
Suck
drunk.
shit.
Very drunk.
How was the scores on those COD games? Were you still doing
By
pretty
the
well?
end, it was pretty poor. But
okay.
but like I actually was going over one, even when I was really hammered.
You started off a game 13-0, and then you just started jamming instead.
Yeah, yeah. I've been dropping like I've been playing that a lot this week, but I've just been dropping like 130 kill games and stuff in pubs, because that's like the most fun thing to do. Got like 130.
Only when you're on a team full of bad players who can't call on helicopters all the time, because then it's fucking terrible. That's why I quit last night. I played like 2 maps, and then the one map I got a helicopter and my first 7 kills, and I didn't call it in the whole game after that because I couldn't get it in the air.
Really
so I just quit.
That's the hardest thing in that game is calling it a helicopter in a 40-person
Absolutely.
The hardest thing. But I played a lot of COD 4 this week. What else did I play? A little bit of Isaac this week. And we got over level 40 in WoW. And I did did 1,000 Needles, which is a great zone now. It's
oh yeah.
For those that don't know, in Cataclysm, it was not underwater, but it is now. The whole zone's underwater. But they give you like these goblin speed boots for diving and stuff, and you get a boat that you can use in the zone, which is kind of sweet. So I'm thoroughly enjoying WoW still. So you know, I think it was a good idea to start again, but we'll see when I get to
waiting for you.
Yeah, I know.
Just waiting.
But the last thing that we're going to talk about here is Neverwinter.
Great.
Good. So good. Fun time.
Yeah, started playing it this morning, or this afternoon, whenever I woke up.
What level did you get to?
I only got to like level 6 or something, but I got to play it, like, it throws you, it is so fast-paced. That's the best part of it.
Right away.
Is it's like, boom, here's some action, just instantly, right after you create your character.
And it's like, you can die that early on in the game.
Yeah. If you play horribly, you
great.
can.
Yeah.
And it's just really fun, and I got to do a solo, like, I got like thrown in like a scenario dungeon thing like right away. It's like an instance, but you do it by yourself. But that was really, you know, it's fun. You just roll through. You could read the lore if you wanted to. If you want to get into it. It is a Dungeons and Dragons game, so that is really supposed to be part
mechanically.
of
how does it compare? I mean, to
Guild Wars?
Other.
Yeah,
Very similar to Guild Wars.
very
Okay.
not stripped down really, but you don't have that many skills. And at least as the control wizard, you don't have like a resource bar. Like you can just spam skills.
Yeah.
For the most
I
part.
actually really like that.
Yeah. I was actually just going to agree with that.
Excuse me.
It's neat. I mean, it's a hybrid between WoW and Guild Wars. Like there's, you know, tab targeting your mobs and all of that standard stuff, but you have to like aim all of your skills as well. So it's kind of weird.
Cool.
The only thing that I wasn't crazy about, aside from the fact that they're having some server issues, but I think it's because the popularity is spiking for it right now, is that if you're casting something, you are standing stone still. Like, you are not allowed. You can't cast strafe. I mean, I get that's the mechanic, but after playing something like Terra, where it's action based, and it's like, oh, I can circle strafe and cast shit at the same time. I would like to see that in Neverwinter, but I get why they did what they did.
Yeah, I mean, it's all based on Dungeons and Dragons rules for the most part. Like, you roll your skills to start and that kind of thing. I only played the Control Wizard. It's the only class I played, and I guess they're introducing new classes and races. It is run by Perfect World, so you may get nickel and dimed at some point.
Probably.
But I think it's all cosmetic and, like, XP boosts is what you can buy. I don't think you can just, like, buy, you know, like...
have you gone to one of the diamond vendors yet?
No, I don't know anything really about the game. I just know I had a good time.
Yeah, I had a
for
great
the
time
first,
with
like,
it.
Hour. I don't know any of the in-depth systems.
I don't care about like any of the if you can pay diamonds or real money for this to go faster, but like some of the mounts were like, this is 35,000 diamonds, and then I looked up what those cost, and it's like, how about a month's pay to buy a mount?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, it's
how about not?
It's like the Zen in Blacklight.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the same kind of system. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, Zen is actually in this as well.
So there you go. But it is run by Perfect World, but it's not that big of a download. I know that MMOs can be ridiculous, like Terra, as Hex found before stream when he got his 22 gig Terra download.
And then you have Max Payne 3, so stop your bitching.
But it's only like 4 gigs, but definitely use the torrent download. It was really fast for me.
I'm getting a meg down on Terra right now. 5 hours left.
Nice.
I'm okay with an MMO being a free-to-play MMO being slightly pay-to-win at the end game. Like if I have to drop $25 or something on it, I'm cool. That's fine.
Yeah,
yeah, that's fair.
I see in chat people are saying it's pay-to-win at end game. That's fine. as long as I can get to max level easily and get decent items before endgame, I'm okay with dropping even $50 on it. It's an MMO.
I know
that's a big.
Tim Staffu Noob was saying that the PvP is really fun too, but I haven't really done any of that. He's playing a rogue though, so most people say that.
I'm playing a rogue as well.
But
I mean, I definitely agree with John though. If you can play me to endgame, and it's like, oh, you know what? If you really want to have fun, it's going to cost you $20. Well, I've got 80 levels out of this game for free, so that $20 is inconsequential.
That's a huge
levels.
thing about free to play. You need to establish to the player that it's worth paying for, and if they got to level 80,
yeah,
they probably think it is.
All right. Well, so you guys should check out Neverwinter. I probably will stream it at some point.
Fucking free.
Yeah, it's free. I think it's better than Terra. I think it's, as you said, John, I think it's a great hybrid between WoW and Guild Wars.
Yeah.
As far as the control simplicity and stuff, it auto-assigns your buttons, at least it did for me. It's pretty good.
It's not the only downside to it. Like, you have Terra and you have Neverwinter. Terra is clearly the prettier game visually.
Yes.
But like content-wise, Terra doesn't really have anything right now. It's just, I guess, neither does Neverwinter really.
I see a lot of people rating Neverwinter though.
Yeah.
Whereas Terra.
And that's not to say that Neverwinter looks ugly. Like I said on Twitter,
it looks a little dated though. Like
a tiny. It looks like a good update to WoW. Like what I said on Twitter.
It looks like a hybrid between WoW and Guild Wars.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. It's the first MMO that, like, when I entered the first town, it made me feel like, oh man, this is like going into Ironforge for the first time. Like there was a lot of people around and the graphics were decent, but not like super awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
and it chugs a little bit, just like
Ironforge did. Yeah, like
Ironforge was very intimidating to me because the first time I entered Ironforge was as an undead rogue at level 60 or like level 50 something.
Oh,
why would you go in there at 50?
Nothing.
It was like 52.
Nothing has anything on Dalaran for lag.
Dalaran was the worst experience of my entire WoW career.
When Dan used to play from work on his laptop, and he would have me log him in and move him out of Dalaran so he could log in and play.
I could play anywhere else in the game, any other city, any other expansion.
Mind you, well over 60 FPS everywhere else.
Yep.
Weird.
It would blow up my laptop. It would just shut down.
To give you an idea, I upgraded and built my machine so it was capable of getting 30 FPS in Dalaran.
Wow.
So I was shooting for 30 FPS. That was my goal.
Yep, it was bad. So there you go, guys. Neverwinter. Check it out. We're going to take a quick couple-minute commercial break because I am the sick. So we'll be back in a couple minutes.
It's a terrible excuse.
I'm going to get another piece of this delicious pizza.
We know what the real reason is, okay? We don't need to talk about it to all the subscribers who are still listening. Okay.
To answer your earlier question, Dan, I got in. There was like a guide. There was like a video guide on how to get into Ironforge at like a lower level. Oh, he left. Fucking disrespectful.
Good talk. Good talk.
All right, I'm glad we had this talk.
Good talk. So much ad block happening right now. It just makes my heart hurt.
Even if you're gonna use ad block, like open up Internet Explorer.
That's
open
right.
the page,
Open it up to 2 windows, okay?
And then mute it. Like, just
How's Hex gonna feed his chair if you don't do this?
Yeah, listen.
He's feed his chair.
I can only afford so many beans a week, and my chair eats farts. So
yeah,
you guys are denying my chair delicious methane sustenance.
Yeah, indirectly, you're starving his chair.
Subsistence.
Fucking Nick Fenton in chat, like, really? Right now? He's like not even on the cast, he's just gonna troll the chat.
I really like that troll though. That's solid.
It's a funny troll.
Talk about WoW and going to the Dagobah system.
Is he Gandalf? I'd rather kill myself than learn this nerd shit.
Says the person addicted to The Hobbit.
Yeah, God, talk about.
I'd rather give you $250 a month than open IE. Well played.
Nice.
Well fair. Played. All right, dude. That's totally fair.
I would actually do that as well.
Yeah.
If I could uninstall IE completely, I would pay money for that.
There are ways.
There are.
All
I would like to be able to uninstall it very easily.
Oh, well, that's totally different.
To answer your question, Dan, by the way, how I got in there at like level 52, there was like an online guide on how to.
Oh yeah, did you go up top?
I don't think so. I don't remember how I got in. There was like, there was like a subway that the Alliance had or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could go in through there really easily because there's no guards the whole time.
Yeah, I went in through there, and then the big thing was staying away from thief catchers because they had like an infinite range and were stealth seeing.
Yep.
They had a really far range, and a lot of it revolved around hiding inside of certain buildings and using distract on them to hold them in certain places.
Yep.
It was intense. It was fun.
Yeah, those were good times. Old broken ass WoW was the best. All right,
Yeah.
guys,
Glitch through the wall.
yeah, wall walking, glitching through walls, all that stuff was good. All right, guys, we are back, and we're actually going to start out the news here with a piece from Polygon on games as kind of ways to live other people's experiences, but not as in like I'm going to be a soldier in Call of Duty. Like, these are games about suicide, depression, living with cancer, living with a family member with cancer. It's Brave New World, basically, that these developers are going into. And there's a game called Actual Sunlight, which is I have yet to play, but I really want to play. It's about basically being suicidal. That is the game, and I'll go ahead and link the article in chat here for you guys. But basically, I wanted to talk about how would you guys feel? Like, should these even be called games? Some people are debating whether
Maybe simulations.
Yes,
Yeah.
therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Digital therapy.
Digital
Or something
therapy. I was
probably.
gonna say. Yeah.
Totally.
yeah,
Because to me, games have a certain that has a connotation of
Entertainment.
fun, entertainment,
Right.
lightheartedness. Even if that's not necessarily accurate, obviously games have a broad
yeah.
spectrum now. But yeah,
I mean,
definitely simulation or something like that, or
we
a word
Yeah.
like that.
we talked about it in the IRC, and I think this is actually really cool.
Yeah,
Not as a, and I think you're right, everyone's right though on calling these games, because game does have a connotation of fun, and these are certainly not meant. They aren't meant to be fun at all, and there's no
Right,
sort of
right.
end. Much like Dear Esther,
Mm.
which was really just a story that you played through. You just walked through. I mean, you didn't really do anything. But there's a game here about the first game they mentioned. I forget. Oh, the Dragon Cancer.
That was the one I'm really interested to play.
Yeah, me too. That's the one I keep reading about.
And
As someone who's gone through it from the kid's point of view, I think it would be
Yeah.
really interesting to see it from like the parent who's going through it for their kid.
yeah,
But I think
Yeah.
it's also very dependent on the game. Like that Dragon Cancer, I think could be really well done. But RPS actually posted about Depression Quest quite a while ago, and as someone who deals with that every day, that game is kind of bullshit because it gives you the choice of like, do you get out of bed or do you not? No, when you're depressed, you don't fucking get out of bed. Like you just
Yeah.
don't. You just fucking don't. There are days you get out of bed because you literally have to feed your family, and that's the only reason you get out of bed.
yeah. And there's a lot of these games coming along that kind of blur this line too. I don't know if you guys have heard of Papers, Please.
I haven't heard of that one.
Or Cart Life. Cart Life is on Steam. I think Papers, Please is on Greenlight. But Papers, Please is basically a simulation of you are a border guard in like Eastern Europe. Not a guard, but someone who like checks like passports and papers for people who want to come into the country. And you basically have to check the papers and see if the people are legit or not. And if you make a mistake, you can ruin someone's life completely in the game. But if if someone comes up to you with a sob story or something, like, I have to get out of here, or like my family's going to be killed, if you let them through, it could cost you your job, and you're trying to provide for your family as well. So you
It's
earn.
interesting.
So the whole game is just about giving you these choices.
That actually would be pretty interesting. I'd like to play that.
Yeah. And Cart Life is the same kind of thing. You basically manage a cart, like a cart business, whether there's
Like a
several
hot dog
different
cart.
ones. Yeah, there's a hot dog one, there's a newspaper one.
Cart
But you
dev-
basically
typing?
have to manage that with your actual life. And the guys on Giant Bomb said it was super stressful. Like, Cart Life is super stressful to play. Because you have, like, outside pressures. It depends on the character's story and stuff. But I just think it's super interesting that people are trying to go into these different directions. And I think the games about suicide and depression and stuff are very useful, because once you understand what people actually go through, because I've heard some people call bullshit on depression, basically. Like it's not a real thing.
Yeah, like depression's...
Yeah, no, it is. I have
Yeah.
the pills on my desk to prove to you that it is.
Yeah, so it's... But that game, the Dragon Cancer, but that is a whole simulation of you are in the lobby in a hospital, and your child is dying of cancer. Like that is the simulation.
I loved the write-up on Polygon for that, because at do you remember where they were, Dan? That the one developer had played it from the original development team, and he was like, I only get to play a little bit of it, and I was weeping at the end.
Yeah, he was just straight weeping. Like
that's impressive game design.
But I think, I don't know if Nick Fenton's like being serious.
He's real
but
talking. I don't agree
I
with
think
him.
that's really, because I
Yeah,
think I don't know that we are at that point where that can be something.
Like, define tastefully. I don't know what tastefully means. Like,
well, the thing is about what he's saying there is that like the Dragon Cancer is being made by a dude whose child is dying of cancer.
right.
Yeah,
So
I would think
yours-
that's highly dependent on the developer.
So that's
Yeah,
that's-
totally.
I mean,
I mean,
a
EA ain't
lot
gonna
of-
make that game.
Cancer Child game, then sure, that's not tasteful.
A large majority of like big name and AAA developers have no idea how to put together a tasteful or meaningful story, and simply don't care to, and it doesn't really sell all that well. But there absolutely are games that are tasteful and well done and can tell a beautiful story. You know, they're just maybe not the most popular, or a lot of them
Right.
are in the past. I always go back to Final Fantasy VII, which I still think is one of the most well-written games of all time. Like, I mean, and that kind of came from the same place. Sakaguchi wrote a story. He wanted. I mean, obviously, it's not this simulator trying to appeal to people directly. He's still just trying to tell a fantasy story. But his mother died right before he started working on that game, so he wanted to create a story about loss and how just because somebody's gone doesn't mean they're really gone forever. That that they're still with you.
Right.
So I think that games as a medium does have depth to it.
Yeah,
It's just
Totally.
But
Totally
it
has
also,
depth.
yeah, in some areas it has depth, and then in others it has Gears of War.
it's
Right.
Oh, well, yeah, totally.
Honey
But
Badger
that's
Quest,
also
parting
dependent on
ways
what
with your
you're
scrotum.
trying to do.
Yeah.
Gears of War is not trying to do.
Exactly.
Any-
That's like Gears of
anything
War
like
isn't trying to
this.
be deep. It's
No,
it's
no.
appealing to teenage boys.
Oh.
I agree with Fenton though in that on a grand scale, yeah, I think that's a good point, Nick. We actually talked about this in the IRC. What he just said. I think it's good to make these games, but I don't think we're anywhere close to what we could be doing. I agree,
no.
and I think something that is a tool for that. If you get one of these games on like the Oculus Rift,
That could be interesting.
and like into the world of VR. I mean, how that'd be horrifying. There's that game out for Rift now that you get beheaded,
Yeah,
and
that's
people
a
are like
creepy
freaking
game.
out when they play it
Damn.
because you're in the guillotine and it's on the Oculus Rift.
And actually,
No,
I saw Orb in
not like that.
the chat say like, is this the best outlet to learn about things like depression? And I think that is probably the limitation right now, because like I said, like you don't always get that choice. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get out of bed today. Like, it may not be the best avenue to do it, but at least it's a place to start. Like,
Yeah,
Totally, you have to start somewhere, and what Nick's saying is true too about film. I was going to compare it to film. Like when you look at, at the beginning of when film first started, people made short, few-minute things, and that's
Right.
the stage we're in with this kind of idea.
yeah. I don't see this
That's-
medium, or not this medium. That's not what I meant to say. These types of quote unquote games or simulations, which I think is a much more accurate thing. to say.
Yeah, I don't.
But I think that they can be a really good teaching tool, because like I have been depressed and had depression and have lived with that, but I have never thought about suicide ever, not once. So me playing actual Sunlight is actually something I would like to do, to know how bad could this get.
Yeah.
Like if
I
it
think
went
it's
off the
and I
rails,
think just a great learning tool, like the whole when you're talking about the Border Patrol stuff, like putting up simulations that are super realistic, especially if you could use something like the Rift, Oculus Rift, and put people in situations of other people that maybe they have prejudice towards, or never have, I would never step in this person's shoes, but in the simulation that's extremely well done,
Right.
you're going to get to feel what it's like to be on the other side of that. And is that going to like change the world and fix all kinds of problems? No, but it's another good example of what
towards
this medium
understanding.
can do. Totally.
I mean, you could see this again. What Nick said. You could see this in the future, though.
Oh, absolutely.
You could see this in the future becoming. I don't know if you guys remember any of the stuff about Cyberpunk 2077, the new Project Red game. That game, the drug in that game, like the drug addiction people have, is living other people's memories, or like watching them, like in VR.
That's cool.
So
That could be really interesting with the Oculus.
I want a game that shows me how a dog sees the world.
yeah, like a
Best
really
game.
accurate depiction of that.
Yes,
would be
like a
Dog
shark.
Life on the
Like I want to be a
PlayStation 2.
fucking shark.
Actually, John,
Jaws on the PlayStation 2.
there is a game for you, John. Tokyo Jungle.
I really want to play that.
Tokyo
That
Jungle.
PS3 dog game.
Yep, yeah, you play
It's-
as the animals.
I played it.
After like civilization falls, like you play in the ruined in the ruins of Tokyo, and you just play animals. And as you get further into the game, you can pick like bigger animals.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun.
No, it's
Yeah,
supposed to be awesome.
I think the two starting animals are like a deer and a Pomeranian.
Yep.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. And you have to fuck a female Pomeranian and like
Yeah.
keep your shit going. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's fun.
It's very arcadey though. Like you get like points and
Yeah.
shit.
I
Really
really
like
want
a
to
hot
play.
copy mod?
But
No, it's an actual retail game, but it's Japan only.
so to kind of wrap this up, though, like I think it is a good progression for games to like a good path for games to go on and take over, because you can't reading a book about depression, whatever. I mean, you can only get so much there.
It's such a hard
If
thing
you
to
play-
understand.
If you play as someone, like a really accurate portrayal of that, that would be much more useful if these can get up to the point where they are very well done.
These are the first steps towards that, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I can think of how you could make a depression game work. Like, oh, I try to move forward, but I'm so slow and miserable that I can't do any. Like, that's how depression works. Like, I really want to get out of bed, but you just can't. You literally can't will yourself to do it. Like,
Yeah. So there we go. And moving on to something slightly
Less
less depressing
depressing.
or more depressing, depending on how you feel about this company.
More.
But EA has signed on to get an exclusive deal to develop all Star Wars games from the Disney licenses. I actually think this is a good thing, because BioWare and Visceral, Visceral did Dead Space, for people who don't know.
They could do well.
Yeah.
They could do a freaking sick Star Wars game, I think. So, I mean, EA is what it is, but so hopefully they treat it with care. I think they will. It's not like EA puts out all bad games. They just do really stupid shit.
Yeah.
But it's not like most games they put out are pretty good. I mean, go ahead, Scott.
No, sorry. I was going to say, I mean, basically, if EA does what they really should do, if they want to really get people excited, they need to re-release, remaster Jedi Power Battles, and EA can then fuck me with a strap-on dildo in my ass for the rest of my life.
what
and
about
I will
Masters
love
of
them.
Tekasai?
So,
Or
or that fighting game.
The
Because
rumor
God,
is that DICE is making like a new Battlefront. So
That will be the game that proves to me that EA did the right thing here. Like, that this was the right decision. Battlefront 3 on the Frostbite 3 engine.
Oh,
I'm in.
Lord.
Like, I'm in for one.
Has potential. Yes.
The thing is how bad are they going to nickel and dime you on launch?
That is why I was so upset about it. Like,
with stuff that they develop before launch,
Yeah.
etc.
But then again, you've also got BioWare in there, and
I would be more okay with BioWare if it was still
they
like the
did the
KOTOR
Old
1 era.
Republic. They made Old Republic though, so but they did make Mass Effect, and that's pretty damn good. So
Mass Effect 2 and KOTOR 1 are amazing. Show me the games that were good from BioWare since then.
yeah, but I think this is an overall positive, regardless, just because EA has good studios, and
they do have a lot at their
and now we
disposal.
know that Disney's just not going to sit and jack
But they
around
make
with these
shit
licenses.
business decisions.
That's true, but
They do, and I want to believe that they'll make the right decisions in making this, but
they
there's
have to
also,
save their
you have-
company. Their company is dying. For those who don't know, EA's pretty fucked.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
And
They're
if
not
they
in good
really
space.
kill it, Star Wars is such a huge IP that if they really kill it and just do the right thing, they will make so much money on this, but they might also take that lazy route where they're like, well, we can put the shitty developer on that because it's going to sell anyway because it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
A lot of devs do that.
And Disney having the rights, I don't think really helps anything because Disney has historically put out such shitty fucking games.
I would have said that as far as like their licensing, but they've done such a good job with the Marvel license, it's ridiculous. Like, so many of the Marvel movies are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
but
there are
that's
some
a totally
decent
different
Marvel
medium.
games out there too.
They're okay. I mean,
good
that
Marvel
Wolverine
fighting
game that
game.
came out was supposed to be
That's
okay.
about it.
Wait, wasn't that the DC fighting game? You're talking about Injustice?
I mean, Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom, obviously. It's a good
Oh,
game,
yeah. Well,
but-
that was all developed by Capcom. That had nothing to do with them.
But no, Injustice is Arcane or something like that. I forget what's the name of that studio that Ed Boon has now.
I don't know, but I don't give a shit about it.
R.I.P.
It's just
Midway.
Mortal Kombat.
R.I.P. Midway.
And Mortal Kombat sucks, so.
Wow, dude, shots fired.
Yep, Mortal Kombat blows. Get at me.
Nick, EA stocks are only higher because they got rid of fucking Rigitello. Like, they're in big trouble financially. They are in big trouble financially.
I mean, they're sitting on cash, but when there's no revenue stream, your operations come straight out of the cash that you're sitting on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
they're in bad shape. I'm not talking. This isn't me shit talking them. Like, they're flat out in bad shape.
This is real talk.
So, all right, moving on to a game announcement that this kind of came out of nowhere.
Fucking.
There's
Come
a
on.
new Wolfenstein.
How excited are you? Come
It's
on.
a single player fucking only
I'm
Wolfenstein.
pumped.
is it?
I'm down.
Oh, that's a
No.
bummer.
No multiplayer. Yeah, no
What?
multiplayer.
Nope,
Wolfenstein
I'm out.
New
Nope,
Order.
never mind. Don't
I'm
care.
in.
That is the
100%
reason Warren
in.
Spector should have fucking spoke out.
No,
He should
Warren
have spoke out against the no multiplayer because that would have been accurate.
This is bullshit.
I love the multiplayer. Warren Spector.
Brandon,
I want to
Brandon
frag
was also
noobs.
mad. Brandon, not here, but he was also pissed that it's single
Oh,
player.
sure.
Yeah,
like,
I
it's-
remember.
I
I was
mean,
in call when you guys found that out.
but I don't care.
I'm
I-
immediately less interested now. Like,
Will not be playing. Will not be purchasing.
I will.
So, for anybody who missed that, there's a new Wolfenstein coming out. And it's
Wolfenstein
single player.
it
New
already
Order.
sucks.
Wolfenstein New Order. I did like this side story here of Warren Spector saying,
That's hilarious, dude.
It's
I'm
just
reading
like-
his quotes.
but it's just like, dude, fucking. When I read this, I was immediately just like, dude, why can't we just have some fun and play the game? Like, it's a new Wolfenstein. That's pretty cool overall.
I like that though his
Right.
argument isn't against yeah.
Shooters
He's just
are boring.
sick- He's just sick of it. He's just bored. Yeah.
Well,
I
here's
guess.
the thing. I would
Oh.
value his opinion if he had made a game that was worth a shit after System Shock 2. Go back to making Epic Mickey. Shut your damn mouth. Like,
Yeah.
he's so irrelevant in the
Yeah.
game industry at this point. Like, great, you made Epic Mickey for Nintendo.
He made the greatest game of all time.
I mean, that's true, but what year was it?
Like
Fucking forever ago.
99.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess the question would be, I mean, it's great to speak out, but is he working on any game?
Well,
Because if
That's a better question.
He's working on Epic Mickey.
Yeah,
okay.
like, great.
You know,
so the
all I-
answer is no.
all I did was read the headline in the doc, and I totally, for some reason, went to Arlen Specter, who is a politician, I believe. I think he's a
Oh well, he's
Pennsylvania-
spoken out against video games, but not for.
Yeah, that's why I assumed it was
Well-
him. So I was thinking it was some old ass politician being like, "You can't treat the World War IIs like this."
Yeah. But
I would
I
be
don't
more
know.
okay with that.
I think
My son died in that war.
some of the guys working on this game worked on Payday, the heist, and
That would be
forget
good.
Who else? I forget who else it was in that studio, but it's some remnants of Starbreeze, and it's called Machine Games. I think is the studio that's doing it. So I have some hope it'll be good. It can't be any worse than 2009 Wolfenstein, one of the
That's
worst
fair.
fucking games ever. And the coolest thing I think is that it's finally another id Tech 5 game. So
Oh,
it will
that
be
is
the
cool.
second id Tech 5 game to come out. Also, Warren Spector issued an apology towards the development team since this article is written.
Kind of.
Kind
Yeah.
of, yeah. So I don't think there was any release or anything like that yet, but it's called Wolfenstein: The New Order. It's after World War II is the setting. Not like
It
during.
seems like there's robots, is that?
Yeah, but BJ Blazkowicz is the hero again, which is fucking sweet. So
It needs multiplayer though.
It
It's
really does.
I'm the only one who I don't care if there's multiplayer in this game. If it's $60, yes, then it has to.
You know it's gonna be.
It's published by Bethesda.
That's
It's
true.
going to be $60.
Yep. It's
God,
gonna
it
be
better be a good 16-something hour game.
Here's a better question: if it's a Bethesda game, does it have mod support? Like, if you include that, then I'm in.
It's Tech 5, so it's probably pretty moddable, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. We have no gameplay to judge anything on or anything like that. All we know is there's Nazi mechs in it. So, there you go.
Typical.
Typical fucking dark shooter, man. Warren Spector. All I want to do is play Mickey games. Alright, some quick hits for the news here. The Wolf Among Us, the new Telltale game, has some new screenshots and stuff out.
Cool.
The premise of this game, if you haven't heard about The Wolf Among Us,
This looks pretty cool.
you play a detective in the world of fairy tales.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
And you're trying to, like, cultivate... It's going to be like The Walking Dead, same setup, you know. Choose your adventure.
The main character is Bigby Wolf, who is the big bad wolf who has decided to reform his evil ways. Yeah. And in doing so, he transforms into a human and changes his name to Bigby Wolf, which I think is fucking hilarious.
Genius. Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's coming out at some point here. I think before episode 2 or season 2 of The Walking Dead, but I'm not totally sure on that. This might be the thing that was between the two games, but we'll see.
And they know adventure games. I finally started. I didn't mention it because I played it so briefly, but was kind of bored, and I've had the Sam and Max collection forever, and I popped in like the first game or loaded up the first game. Really funny stuff, I have to say. I haven't played Walking Dead, but you know, universally that's praised, just absolutely universally.
So good.
And Sam and Max, from what I've played, it's hilarious. So
I keep thinking about doing Back to the Future. Their Back to the Future game
because not very good.
Yeah.
I love that movie so much.
Walking Dead is so good that
just let it sit.
Fucking play Walking Dead if you haven't, because it's so good.
I started the first chapter of that and did not finish it, and I regret it.
It's so good. Also up, another 1990s shooter remake coming out. This time Shadow Warrior, which is actually not a game that I ever played. But
I don't even know that one.
It's a remake, but the coolest thing for me, and why I picked the story, is it's being made by the Hard Reset dudes.
Oh.
And Devolver Digital is publishing it. So, and I'm hoping they're going to use that engine. It doesn't really say, but I'm hoping they're going to use that Hard Reset engine, because that thing is awesome, and we have no other games on it because they made it just for Hard Reset. So, but that's pretty cool. If you were a Shadow Warrior fan, you're probably quite happy as well. I don't really know that game, so I can't really speak on that. And last thing, System Shock 2, which did go on sale finally after many, many years, about a month ago, is now coming to Steam. So Steam is your preferred platform for that. You can get it there. And new releases this week: Metro Last Light comes out.
Fuck yeah.
Tuesday. That game's probably going to be awesome, by all accounts. Metro 2033 is awesome. Also out this week, strategy game Anomaly 2, and a favorite game of, at least for Nick Fenton and I, Sanctum 2 is coming out. I like Sanctum 1 a lot. It's fun.
What was that? It was like a sort
tower
of like
defense.
third person tower defense or something.
Tower defense, yeah, and it has a text-to-speech thing, which is all that matters. So,
very cool.
but yeah, pretty cool. So,
does anybody remember the old ass Sanctum? It was a combination like board game card game.
I do.
Did anybody ever play that back in the day?
I do not remember that.
It was really cool. It was like a mix between like chess and Magic the Gathering.
We're going to take another couple-minute commercial break and then come back with the Twitter questions.
Yeah.
I like the pacing of this one. We're just banging through it.
Yeah, we're fucking going through, man.
Good.
This is...
I've never played System Shock. I think I need to.
I need to.
Yeah, same.
I feel like I need to. It's like $10 or something, I think.
Yeah.
I started it when the Good Old Games version came out and did not finish it because it's very in depth.
There's insane graphic mods for it that you can get to make it look quite a bit better. So right now it looks like a worse Half-Life 1 graphically. Not that graphics are all that matters, but that game is supposed to be the best game. So, like, ever. System Shock 2, from a lot of people, is supposed to be like the best game ever. So
I don't know. The original Deus Ex is pretty great.
Original Deus Ex is the greatest game I've ever played. Still to this date, I can go back and play it and still be like, this game is fucking incredible. Not just for the time, the game is just fucking incredible.
There's just it's so in depth. There's so much you can do in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
and it's
when
like
you look at the
800
time frame.
megabytes too.
Yeah, when you look at when it was originally released, it's like, damn, games today don't do this.
Yeah.
It's so much more power.
Was a brilliant dev that sold out.
And then what happened?
Sold out.
R.I.P. Bum, 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 bum.
You guys say RP? I could use some. Send me to my Riot account. Thanks.
You want to RPG with us, Scott? You want to roll a druid? Too bad I'm playing the druid, fucker.
Druid. And what? Neverwinter?
No, we're playing.
No, we're playing
Pathfinder.
Tabletop Pathfinder.
Oh, yeah. I don't
Over
play
the
that
internet.
shit. Sorry.
I don't play that nerd shit.
We had 23 people just being utterly confused in my stream chat, going, "What are they doing?"
And three people in the Skype call being utterly confused.
Yeah.
I know what
one-
Pathfinder is.
And one
played it.
jackass backseat GMing that I nearly banned from my channel 3 times.
Well, we'll see. Okay, there it went. Alright, we are back. I was like, this commercial's lasting forever.
What? Mike is all capsing me right now. What's happening?
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Alright, guys, so we're back.
Oh, my God. Sorry.
Is the inbox tomorrow over 5 minutes?
Done.
Well
I'm done.
played.
I'm never
Well
never
played.
responding to Mike in
Mike
chat again.
Pollack.
Okay.
Alright, guys. We are back. We are back. And we're back with your Twitter questions. Always an interesting time here. First one comes from @HazesForDays. 420XX Smoke It. You guys, question for the podcast. What's your favorite gaming quote? And I took this to mean favorite quote from like a character in a game.
Get in position and wait for my go.
Nameless
God.
counter-terrorist.
That's true. Fire in the hole, man. Fire.
Fire.
Roger that. Enemy down.
I am a big fan of just, I'm an engineer from enemy territory. The way he said that was just amazing.
What about I'm Quake. That's the Quake player.
Yeah.
That's the dude
I
from
got that
Quake.
actually.
Oh, man. My favorite is G-Man's opening sequence from Half-Life 2. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Free. Like the way they cut, like the dialogue seemingly cut up.
Yeah.
I don't know if he delivered it like that, but it's so fucking good.
Oh,
If I had to be completely honest with my answer, though, it's a sniper. He's like, "Sorry about your head, wanker." That's by far
that's
my
pretty
favorite.
good.
I gotta
That's by
go
far my
with.
favorite.
I gotta
It looks
go.
bloody 10 feet tall.
I gotta go with Illidan. Illidan, you are not prepared.
That's a good
like-
one. Yes.
Mainly because I can go watch that trailer after this podcast ends, and I will still get
chips.
goosebumps after the Burning Crusade trailer.
And the encounter was not really a letdown either, which was nice.
yeah, it was pretty
It
good.
wasn't that difficult, but it was not a letdown.
No,
Scott,
it was long and
no, I'm
involved.
sorry, not Scott. Dan is probably going to be the only one that'll be able to identify mine in the call. Sit your ass in that chair and drink your goddamn tea.
Oh God, I don't know.
You don't know that one?
No.
What's
Lot
the
of
one
pressure,
game we
Dan.
share, Dan?
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah,
What's that from?
Sid.
part?
The first time you meet Sid,
Oh, Sid. Yeah. God.
he's screaming at his assistant to make everybody tea, and you're like, no, I'm just. Your party's like, no, we're just gonna go. He's like, sit your ass in that chair and drink your goddamn tea. He's so angry.
God. Oh man. I just remember the end of that game so vividly. The whole ending. Because I'd
played
never
it so
seen
many
graphics
times.
like that in my entire life.
Yeah, holy shit. Well, then wasn't that the first game that did CGI cutscenes like ever?
I think so. Like really involves like full motion. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. But yeah,
There's a
so there you go.
Facebook fan page for Wake Up, Mr. Freeman, Wake Up and Smell the Ashes. You
God,
go like
that
that.
line that came close for me.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's a
so
pretty
good,
great
man.
quote.
That intro. Oh,
But
God.
the way Illidan even says
Yeah.
"Be prepared."
Are not prepared.
Yeah, you're just like, oh fuck, we gotta fuck with
That
this
trailer, like, was just so good.
That was hype as fuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the only time they've ever been able to do it. Like pandas, I was kind of excited because they were pandas in
Yeah.
a way, but like you can't really get me pumped up when you're playing like Chinese music in the background of your trailer. Like that's not
Wow,
going to get me
racist,
pumped.
man.
I like the music. I listen to trance that sounds like that. but like you're not gonna get me like super hyped to play a game with that kind of music. You're just not gonna do it.
Take the shot.
Take the shot. Nobody chose. Take the
Don't
shot.
get us started on that again.
Toke the shit. Toke the shit.
Favorite quote from a video game is "Fat coming cock coming around the corner trying to plant a bounce."
Yeah, bonsai.
Fat coming cock.
Fat coming cock. Oh god, what a.
Yet here comes fat coming cock coming around the corner, getting ready to plant a bomb site A. Here comes fat coming cock. He's gonna piece two people coming around the corner. Exciting stuff.
All right.
I like Alpha Strikers. Enemy nuke incoming. It's over.
So all your base are belong to us. That's another one.
You have no chance to survive by
You
yourself.
have.
Main screen turn on.
All right. At Ted Smith Plays asks, and I'm gonna read this as it was typed because there's an awesome typo in this. What would happen if your boy Bangs and Lil B the Bass God became huge and fought in Japan?
Jap 'em. It's
Japan.
Jap
Jap'em?
'em.
Jap 'em.
Who's
Jap'em?
Jap'em? Why are
would
they fighting in
happen?
some man named Jap'em? That's
Why are they both
Oh, so
huge
he-
and inside this man?
No. So he's talking like Godzilla shit. That's
Yeah,
what
I
he's saying.
think so.
oh man.
That's what he's saying.
I feel like the base god would win.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think Lil B would have like something sort of like Godzilla's atomic breath, but instead it would just be like the reflected sunlight off of his teeth.
It would be. Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't
Yeah.
need anything to come out of his mouth. He spits fire.
He
That's
spits
true.
hot
He
fire.
spit hot
Spits fire
fire.
already.
Hot fire,
Like he's
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Bangs is
Does
a
spit
bigger
that hot
dude
fire.
than Lil B.
Yeah.
Bangs
yeah.
also Bangs has guns. 'cause
And
he's
Banks has
tweeted
seen
them.
way more shit in his lifetime. You kidding
Yeah.
me? Like Little B raps about it, but Banks, dude, he was like pulled off of out of like child fighting in Africa, dude. That
Yeah.
dude's seen shit.
That dude's hard.
So,
yeah, he takes you
I
to a
don't know.
dinner as well. So
Dude, he would.
And a movie, shorty. So
Dankmaster gave a good name to my idea. Grill power.
grill power. Yeah.
Yeah,
Lil
that's-
B's grill power.
Real gamers.
Also,
If they were both somehow like to be able to fuck to create a child, can you imagine?
What?
What a
Where did
rap.
that come?
yeah,
I'm
Bangs.
just saying.
Bangs has
Yeah.
iPhones like out the ass, dude. He's got.
he has
like,
a fucking ill
Literally,
studio,
he just
too.
shits iPhones. Just
does have it. Well, he had like there's like a picture of him with like 5 or 6, like a deck of cards. It's like, what are you doing, Bangs?
Dude, Banks, man, it's about he lives the life, man. He lives the life. You can't hate on him.
Does he have them bronze though?
Asapalapagus.
Asapalagus. That bronze slime was illy though.
Oh my god.
Oh, was that Lil B who got
That was-
sucker punched on camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
But
Yeah.
the quote is from Little Tinchy. We were talking about Little Tinchy the other night. Little Tinchy. Coming out to Little Tinchy. He needs them bronze Little Tinchy.
Oh, fuck.
There's the tweet, Nick.
Jesus Christ, Nick.
God damn it. Yeah. So there's the tweet like 40 times. But
Jesus.
Little Tinchy comes out of the woodwork with the bronze.
God.
Little Tinchy.
Oh,
Tinchy the tartan. All right. So that was that question. This next question is pretty broad.
it is.
From @YummyManass, one of the best Twitter handles that ever tweets us.
That's pretty quality.
How do you think the world will end?
See, here's where we're gonna go with this. No, we're going with this. So, the fact that that everybody considers Earth the world is just that doesn't make any sense to me. Why isn't the universe the world?
Yeah.
What makes you think that Earth is the entire world? If there's people above the Earth in space right now, they're still a part of the world, correct?
True.
Am I correct?
You are
How
correct.
high are you right now? John?
How is the universe going to end? I don't think the universe is going to end, so the world's not going to fucking end. There you go. Done.
Boom.
Destroyed.
John's
But
been-
I think he's talking about planet Earth.
How's
right?
planet Earth going to end? We're going to fucking destroy it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with you there.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good at that.
I mean,
Humanity-
Nah, see, I think-
we're already like 80% of the way done, so...
I think
Yeah.
end and destroy are different because end means we're gonna
It's
end.
done.
Fine. Okay. Yeah.
It's
we're
like,
gonna
yeah,
kill
something
ourselves.
happens to us like a meteor.
Destroy. The
Apocalypse.
sun's gonna supernova. That's just science.
Well, the sun's gonna supernova,
Well,
but I feel like before a
before
couple
that.
billion years, we're gonna end the Earth.
Like, yeah,
something's
we'll
gonna
have to
happen.
find another planet to live on.
Totally. And that's
Yeah.
why they're trying to colonize Mars, so...
The
you
world is going to end when Wayne gets a pair of them bronze slime.
Yeah. When Tinche.
Yeah, I'm
little Tinche.
There have been some books written saying that we can actually extend our stay on Earth by instead colonizing the ocean because we know so little about the ocean.
Yeah, that's what, like,
we know like
about
about
the planet's unexplored because it's all ocean.
Dude, fucking like real life Rapture.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That.
I can't wait to get all jacked up.
I would
on
sign
Adam.
up for that.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I don't know. I always was like, I think at some point, I don't think it'll like the world will end in nuclear war, but there will be like I just can't escape the fact that someone is gonna go crazy enough to launch a nuke at some point. It's gonna happen.
In the United States, we've done that already. So
no, but I mean like someone that's gonna incite nuclear war.
North Korea already moved their missiles back. Bunch of pussies. Come on.
Yeah, they can't even.
Man up, Kim Jong.
Dennis, he can't hang with Dennis Rodman. That's all.
That's true.
Scared of the D-man.
I loved watching Dennis Rodman defend his bro on Sports Center. It was pretty legit. When they're like, "Do you realize that the human the atrocities he's committed against his people?" He's like, "He's not like that, dude."
No, he is,
dude. He likes basketball. Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, Hitler was a painter. That doesn't make he liked art. He also
Dennis Rodman just has such a fundamentally child understanding of human interaction. It's almost cute to watch, really. But whatever.
It's like watching a 6 foot tall 6-year-old.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
he's like, he gave me food and was nice to me. How could he be bad?
How he be bad?
Literally was his analysis on ESPN.
How he bad?
How he'd be bad when he'd be nice to me.
How is Batty formed? I don't.
Yeah. All right.
He's totally chilling. IRL.
We had beer.
Another question from Yummy Man asks: if your anus was a death metal band, what would the band name be?
I thought really long and hard.
that is the name of the band. It's just a fart noise.
I actually thought about this one for a while when we were taking the questions, and I would take Prolapse Asphyxia. That would be
Wow. That's pretty fucked up.
Swamp of Sorrows. You've won. You've essentially won.
That's it. No one else gets to answer.
Thank you.
Please, someone make that album cover for Blackliteattack with his face on it.
I just the long schlong dong Gapes of Hell is a good one.
Gapes of Hell. The Gapes of Hell.
Gapes of Hell. That's good.
The Swamp of Sorrows. Jesus.
I don't even.
The Maw.
Trying to think of something with pink sock in it, but I got nothing.
Yeah, how do you put pink in a metal band?
That doesn't sound like death metal.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So
You Bloody Sock.
Yeah.
you could be the Bloody Socks.
Yeah, the D&D campaign is now called Swamp of Sorrows.
The Bloody
Sock
Socks is a punk band somewhere. The
Probably.
Bloody Socks exist.
Yeah.
So
I guarantee the Pink Socks do.
the Gapes of Wrath.
Wow.
Dem Bronze, solid.
The Eye of Destruction.
The Eye of Destruction's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'll take that.
Seeping repressed memories. That's just wow.
Ow.
Constipation Domination. I've seen that one thrown about 8 times. Also, The Burning Sensation is good. We need a hemorrhoid themed one as well.
The hole my dad left in my life.
Whoa.
That is the darkest death metal band.
I'm done, dude. The hole
Damn
my
it.
dad left in my life.
Oh, and then child of divorce. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Jesus. All right. Next question.
Next.
Good lord.
The next question is from Mr. Jake Music. Yes or no?
No.
42.
Yeah, nah.
42 solid answer.
Nah, see ya, bud.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with nah, see ya, bud.
I'm going to ask if he's asking if we like his name or not, and I want to be really honest. Anyone that has their first name and then music at the end of it, I would never even take seriously. So I would consider changing the handle. So no.
Wow,
Jake.
dude. There you go.
Sorry.
Shots fired.
No one else, when you see like music, when someone's like, scat music, you're like, okay, this dude's a fucking idiot.
Just go off the internet forever.
Yeah.
Doesn't really
So
bother
just
me.
change it, Jake, and you'll be fine.
Just change that shit, Jake.
Just
Get rid
change
of
your handle.
Oh, this next question's from @EatMyDiction1.
It's a harsh question.
Why do you hate me?
Wow.
Because we never play games, Nick.
It's a pretty long.
We made a promise to each other that we were going to play games at PAX, and then we never did.
Because you didn't show up and you didn't answer for last Wednesday.
Ooh.
There it is.
Nick's potentially going to be my neighbor soon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you guys
in the complex right down the street.
He can be your Dinkelberg, and then you'll hate him.
Your what?
Your Dinkelberg. It's from a what is it? I think it's Fairly Odd Parents. It just became a meme.
Meme.
It's the dad in the show hates his neighbor. His neighbor.
I thought it was
Dinkelberg.
Dinklage.
No, it's Dinkelberg. But the thing is, he goes on about him for the first couple episodes, and then they start developing him as a character, and he's just a super nice guy, and he just hates him for no reason. It's pretty fun.
All right. Well, I have a really long list, but I'm not gonna even get into it on here.
It'll be
as to all the reasons? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty,
I think it's
pretty
better to
extensive.
just start the relationship from zero and build it back up. So
Yeah. That's what we're gonna
probably
do.
That's what a fucking handle, by the way, for this next question.
At refreshing HJs asks,
wow.
which
You
was
win Twitter,
John's
sir.
Druid. John's Druid
Yes.
was named that for a while. So I'm building a completely hand jobs are. I don't know if refreshing is a
Refreshing
word.
is such an odd word for it, but
Liberating?
I've never gotten
Relaxing.
A good
What if you
hand job
were
in my
extremely
entire life.
parched and your dick was also dry, and then you drank some nice cold water while having your dick lotioned and
Well,
jack off?
I mean, I give myself
Perfect.
a mean handy, but
yeah.
There's nobody's ever given me an awesome.
yeah, I've never
It's
been
just not
that
possible.
hand job last night was fantastic.
Has anybody ever gotten a hand job past the age of 14?
I mean,
Maybe
what
that's
do you-
probably 15 or 16 the last
yeah,
time.
it was
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
high school.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's not
At that point, people learn how to use their mouth, and then it's all downhill.
Bottles.
You know what
Chaz
I mean?
apparently
I
has
feel like
had
it's
a
all
good
uphill
handy.
from there.
I mean, I think any handy.
I
at
meant
the age of
physically
14 is
down.
good.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I mean, hand jobs. There's no one out there going, you know what? I
could
could go for a
handy."
hand job tonight.
Yeah.
No.
No one says that.
But,
no one says that.
Unless
sometimes
you are that guy at the bottom as well. It's like, well, all I can afford is a handy tonight, so
Well, totally.
guess I can afford. I go for a handy.
Who was it? Donald Glover, who had the quote about hand jobs. He's
I
like,
don't know.
Kix as a breakfast cereal is like, Kix are like the hand jobs of breakfast cereal. You're like, yeah, this is pretty good, but you know what I really want?
You want berry kicks.
Yeah. Yeah, you
I
want to
love
spice
that.
that shit up.
Definitely.
That.
I
Yeah.
want,
I don't
I
think
want
they
my
make those
kicks,
anymore.
You
I want my
some-
kicks to use its mouth. That's what I'm saying.
I also
want
thought
my-
this tasted kind of weird.
I want my cereal to use its mouth.
Dude, berry
That's what I'm
kicks,
saying.
man. Those things changed my life, dude. I don't talk
They
shit
were pretty
about
good, but something always tasted a little off about
But
that. Anyway,
they
You're
were
not supposed to-
mother kid tested, mom approved.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
yeah.
I feel like that takes a really weird turn for this question.
yeah. So anyway, his question. It wasn't even his question.
It's like a fairly normal question.
Yeah, he's building a completely new PC. What is the one part he should splurge on the most?
Name
Mousepad.
brand power supply.
That's what I was gonna say. Yep.
There's only two answers to this question, and it's really good power supply, as we just said, or a nice graphics card. Those
Yep.
are your two. If you're gaming, that's
Yeah.
it.
Mouse pad.
So
I'm selling
You know
a
No,
GTX
mouse cord
470.
bungee.
mouse bungee, yeah, mouse bungee.
You know what? Motherboard is also one of those ones. Don't skimp on a motherboard. Don't get one that's like $10 cheaper that only supports Crossfire, like Bob posted, and then you want to do SLI later, and you have to buy a whole new fucking motherboard.
Speaking of Bob, I'm changing my answer to Gunner Optics.
There you go.
Gun.
Only guy I know that really wears. There, see, John has his supply of gunners right there for it.
On hand at all times.
These are prescription.
I don't even remember the name of Bob's meme.
It's,
Come on.
Guy
nobody
Bob.
cares.
Clearly.
All right, guys, that does it.
We did it tonight. I feel good about this power cast. We haven't had a
Yeah,
power
this was
cast in a while.
Concise, on point.
Jeez.
Ranked through it, yeah.
Entertaining as fuck. We're good. How are we so good?
God, we're fantastic.
Jesus.
Took 92 episodes to not take 2.5 hours, but
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
everybody got online on time. It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the
But
fuck?
that is it, guys. all our links are down below here as far as social media and that kind of thing. Yeah, we stream every night here, so give us a follow if you're new. And I will probably do some sort of post show, maybe.
You gonna do some Neverwinter, Dan?
I may. I'm gonna go check on this Anaheim Detroit game, but then I may do some Neverwinter.
I downloaded and installed during the podcast. We could play. I don't know what level you are.
We're gonna go offline for a bit, and then we'll tweet out when we're back up. But thank you so much for coming out tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Later, all.
Bye, guys.
See ya.